I was there, the day Horus slew the Emperor. Famous words from a famous series. Hello and welcome to this Mad Merlins unboxing. Together, we're going to dive into the Horus Heresy, the Age of Darkness. For those of you who don't know, the Horus Heresy was an immense scale war pitting brother against brother, as half the Space Marine legions turned against the Emperor and embraced chaos along with the War Master Horus. Those who remained loyal defended the home world of terror, but sadly it ended with the death of Horus and the mortally wounding of the Emperor, who would then be interred on the Golden Throne for the next 10,000 years. The Age of Darkness is a game system of Warhammer 40,000, but taking back the rules I grew up learning back in 5th edition. While this is modified 7th rules, there is some similarities between them. So, without further ado, let's head over to the table and let's unbox this massive set. Okay, here we have the box, and inside that box is yet another box. So, we'll carefully cut her open using my pretty blunt hobby knife. And then we've got the glorious insides. The piece of paper has it got? Yes, it has got, so I'll put that out of the way. Information on it you can't see. Oh, nice. I've got the Lodge coin, which is a store exclusive. So that's cool. I am now a member of the Traitor Lodges. Lovely. Bit of packing foam, that'll come in handy. So we've got, first up, the Liber Astartes. I'll be putting up a separate video where we go into this. I want to read through it first, figure out what I want for my army. But this is the one we want. Oh, that is a heavy box. And the reason it's a heavy box is because it is jam-packed, and I mean packed with jam, with models. So we've got 54 models. That's 40 Mark 6 Tactical Marines, 2 Legion Praetors, 10 Catapult Terminators, a brand new all-plastic Contempt of Dreadnought, and the biggest thing in the box, the all-new plastic Spartan Assault Tank. Not only that, we get the Age of Darkness core rules, 2 reference sheets, a transfer sheet featuring Imperial Fists, yay! And Sons of Horus, not so yay. A set of 20 dice and a scatter dice. 2 red Whippy Sticks for measuring, and a set of retro orange templates. For those of you who don't know, templates are used to represent various different weapons within the Horus Heresy. Your elongated pear-shaped one here, that's for your flamer weapons. The small one is for small blast weapons like missile launchers. And you got your big blasts for stuff like missile pods that would rain down over a large area. Here we have a few shots of the models we get in the box, and these are 100% scale, so that is as big as you're going to get it, pretty much. So we've got a Legion Praetor with a power axe there, the Mark 6 Marines looking lovely in that beaky armour, those gorgeous 10 Catapult Terminators that came with the original Betrayal at Calth box, and then of course the Parasol Protocol. These are multi-part kits, so glue and modelling clippers are required. But I think we've looked at the outside long enough. Let's do the all-important opening. And flip her over again. Right. Momentous occasion, lifting the lid on all this awesomeness. There we go. Set that back there, out the way, and straight off, there we have it. The red Whippy Sticks. These were banned in every country in the world because of how deadly they can be, but they are just simply measuring tools, each measuring 18 inches long. So you've got 2 of those, 1 for each player. You can easily do up to 36-inch ranges. Of course, if you've got a friend with a box, you've got 4 of those. You can get your bigger ranges easily. This is real retro. We have the thick plastic templates. Not only that, we have the old Warhammer fantasy style flamer template here with the actual flame effects on. That is pretty cool. I had the 5th edition 40k ones, and that was all technical readout sort of things on. But these are your basic old world style templates from back in the days. So we got those. And then we're into the plastic. So straight up, there's the 10 Catapult Terminators. So I'll get these all out, then I'll do some close-up frames, close-up shots afterwards. So there's our 10 Catapult Terminators. We've got the universal vehicle upgrade frame. So this will be coming with all the Horus Heresy vehicles, as it gives you multiple top hatches, gives you dozer blades, gunner, all the different gunning weapons, combi weapons, plasma, melter, flamer, Volkite, hunter killer missiles, combi bolters, and the likes. And our first Mark II Marine. That'd be quite nice to do. To go with that, we've got all the frames. For our Spartan. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 frames for that Spartan. Oh, sorry. And there's another one. So wow, that's 5, 6 including the vehicle upgrade frame. And we've got another gunner set of arms on this one as well. So we've got loads of options, and options, as always, are a good thing. This is going to be a nightmare, but a joy to build. After that, we've got the 2 frames that make up our brand new Contemptor. I can't believe they've managed to break this guy down onto 2 frames with pretty much twice the amount of components you'd have on the resin version, but having it perfectly in plastic with the ability to multi-pose as well. You've got all these dome and bowl joints, so we get some nice posing on the Contemptor. We've got a good choice of weapons as well. Las cannons, big autocannons, melters, heavy bolter. I think for being an Imperial Fist, I might be going for the twin heavy bolters. And then a nice power fist with a plasma blaster. Then we've got our 2 Praetors. So, got our Parasol Protocol. Those are pretty big frames for small characters. And there's our Parallax Praetor, a little on the warped side. That's because he's a traitor. But it's going to be okay. Everything looks fine. There's no major stress marks that I can see. Not on any components anyway. But he isn't exactly the favourite of my favourite out of the box, so I might be keeping him for a future project. But this is the guy who will be leading my Imperial Fists, because he's very... Oops, throwing my traitor away. Ooh, knocking the camera. He is very Templar with the giant great big sword. Then we're into our final frames. So these are our Mark 6 Marines. We get 4 accessory sprues. So this has bolt pistols, pouches, bayonets, grenades, lightning claw, voxes, auspex scanners, vexilia, power sword, power fist, melter bombs, plasma pistol, stuff for the sergeant, and a few optional heads to go with the different equipment. So you get 4 of those, so you can easily kit out each of your squads with everything. If you want to do 4, I'm thinking I will do 1 big 20, a 10-man, and then save 10 to go for the special and heavy weapons, which I'm going to be picking up at a later date. And then we have the frames of the beakies themselves. So from what I can gather from a previous video I watched on unboxings, it is literally 1 model to every small section of the frame. Then you've got your backpacks, your shoulder pads, chain bayonets, bolt guns, and plenty of optional heads. So have a better look at that in a minute on close camera. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 frames of beakies. That's your 40 beakies. And I'm slightly getting the urge to paint these up as Crimson Fists for a retro rogue trader army. That's it for the plastic, but we are not done yet. You know why? Because there's a divider, and when there's a divider, there's usually something on the other side of it. So on the other side of it, though, we do have a look at some of the other kits available in the Horus Heresy range. So we've got a shot here for the Legion Special Weapon upgrades shown on the Mark 6. So you've got plasma guns here, but you also get rotary cannons, flamers, melters, and 2 different types of Volkite in that set. So that's, I think, 60, I can't add properly. 6 sets of 10 weapons, I'll put it that way. So that's a lot of weapons in 1 box set, so that's enough to fit out 2 squads. Then we got the Mark 6 Tactical Marines, who are coming out in their own box eventually in a squad of 20. They've also repackaged the Mark 3 and Mark 4s in 20s, so I'm definitely going to be getting some Mark 3s for my Imperial Fists. We get 10 Cataphracti and 10 Tartarus Terminators in 10 big 10-man boxes. Used to be 5 before, now we're still going to get them in 10s. We got the Legion Contempt of Dreadnought, so this is a different Contempt of Dreadnought to the one we get in the box. This one has more ornate detailing. I think it's a retooling of the old Monopose one, but they've just gone back in, retooled it, made it so it's more poseable and not so static looking. So he comes with a standard assault cannon and a power fist, so something a little bit different to what we've already got. And finally, at the bottom, we've got the good old-fashioned, reliable Deimos pattern Rhino, the plastic Legion Sakharin, can't wait for that to come out, and its big brother, the new Legion Kratos Heavy Assault Tank. Boy, am I looking forward to getting one of those. I've seen a nice unboxing and a review of one, and they look absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait to paint that in yellow. That'll look really good. So with Sakharin, everything's just going to look good. We've also got the old command, so the Legion Praetor and Chaplain that came with Betrayal of Calf. They're obviously going to be repackaged, hopefully for less than £30 this time round, but we'll have to wait and see. But so you get a Legion Praetor in Cataphracti Terminator armor with a combi bolter and a chain fist, and then you get a Chaplain with a plasma pistol and Crozius power wall. So that would look quite nice as a poster, I think, on my bedroom wall. But then you got the Horus Heresy there, just looking nice. And we're into the final bit. So this is, if I can lift it, a whopping, massive, great rule book. I will do a separate video, probably flicking through that. I'm going to look through it first, though. But this is your core rules, your fluff, your missions, everything you need to play a few introductory games using the basic rules that come on the construction guides. But once you've got your Liber books, either Hereticus or Astartes, you can then, of course, build your army to your own specific likings. So we've got our instructions. We'll have a closer look at this later on. So on the back we've got the transfer sheet, breakdown, what they go on, so that's very handy, and also where they go to. So we've got our basic list, so just basic points for everything. 100 points for your tactical squads, that's nice and cheap. You got your Catapult Terminator squad, 250 points for 5-man. Praetor with axe, Praetor with sword. Then you got your basic rules. Then we got all our instructions, so our tanks. That is some really complex building, but so good, so it's not resin anymore. And the same for Contempt of Dreadnought, is really in depth. Then we go into the Cataphracti and the Mark 6 guys, and then our characters. So that's our build guide. But wait, yes, there's even more, because of course there's more. We get 2 big bags of 40 and 32mm bases. So these are for our Terminators, our characters, and our Beefy Marines. So yeah, plenty of bases to go around, because you can't have models without bases. On its own, we do have a 60mm round base for our Contempt of Dreadnought. We got a bag of dice, so I believe it's 20 in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yes, 20 plus the good old-fashioned scatter dice. Boy, do I miss rolling these. You never know if you're going to hit on target or go wild. I used to love scatter, and it's a nice random element to the game, so our final detail bit in the box is our transfer sheet. So not enough, I don't think, to kit out everything in one legion, but that's fine. I still have my old Forge World transfer sheet lying around for the Imperial Fist, so I've got plenty of spare detail. I think I'll be putting maybe one of those banner icons on the Spartan. I think that would probably look quite nice. But we've got plenty of Imperial Fists icons, Templar symbols for the veterans, 7th Legion markings, the eagle head, the lightning bolt symbols of the Unification Wars, and of course the chapter symbol of the Imperial Fists. And we've got icons for the Sons of Horus here, skulls, the moons of the Lunar Wolves, various different stylings of the Eye of Horus for your commanders, etc. 16th Legion, etc. So I might be using these on my loyal Sons of Horus, who will be following Loken as a small allied detachment to my Imperial Fists. But that is another project for another time. So, is that everything in the box? Let's shake the box. Yep, definitely everything. Let's have a quick look on the outside of the box though, because we got some nice representations and coloured versions of all the models. So we've got Sons of Horus here. So you've got the Spartan, which wraps around to the other side. We've got the Dreadnought. And then we've got our Imperial Fists. And that all wraps around. We've got our Beefy Marines, another Catapult Terminator. And then the Imperial Fist version of the Spartan. So don't throw your box away, because not only can you store all this in there, you've got some very handy painting guides on the side there for you, and ideals of where to put your transfers. So never throw your box away. Right, let's get most of this pack back up, and we'll have a closer look at those frames. Okay, we're ready to start going through stuff. So first off, let's take a look at my little added bonus. So the Lodge medal in a rather nice little leather pouch emblazoned with the Eye of Horus there. And on the inside we got a copper effect coin. Pretty weighty, so that's really good. One side you got the Eye of Horus, and on the other We got the Crescent Moon and Wolf's Head of the Lunar Wolves. So let's start, I think, with the characters. So first off, we've got... there we go. Let's try and get the camera in a better position. There we go. First off, we've got our Legion Praetor with his mighty power axe. Like I said, my least favourite of the Praetors, but he's still a rather imposing model. I have seen him painted in yellow, and that did sway me to liking him a little bit better. I believe we've got a few optional extra pieces here to donate whether he's more traitor or loyalist. So you got his gauntlets there, his hip guards there. We've got the choice of a beaky helm or a rather Sons of Horus looking bear head with a top knot. I think I will be going for the beaky helm if I do build this guy. But he is still a lovely model. A lot of people used to think it was Terminator armor because of this rather raised back section here. But nope, he is just in rather ornate power armor. So our second Praetor, and my favourite for reasons of loyalty, is the Parasol Protocol. So they have a very similar torso design, but they have rather unique posing. Again, you've got a Mark 6 beaky head, or his rather fancy looking bear head with his plumage on top. So he's got his Volkite pistol blaster there. His backpack, not as ornate as the other one, but still rather nicely done. And we've got a top knot here to go on the helmet. Got that beautiful power sword there, that looks really nice. Flowing tabards there. A roundel there to go over his abdomen. Tactical rock. And plenty of other little details. So you've got your gauntlets and hip guards, etc. Much like the other one. There you go. Can't wait to build and paint these. Next, we'll have a look at the Tactical Marines. So you get 8 frames, and they are all identical. So I'll show you single one. So we have 5 Marines per frame, including your backpacks, your bolters, your shoulder pads. The Mark 6 bumpy pads are in 2 halves. This is to make it so that, from my understanding, it make the detail of the riveted studs pop out a little bit better. We then have our different torsos, so they all share poses, but I believe you can freely swap the arm combinations between the models and get a little bit more variety. But of course we get a total of 5 helmeted heads, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including the sergeants. So you will have a spare head left over, maybe more if you use some of the bear head options. Speaking of bear heads, there's one with a face grill on, and there's one for the sergeant, plus the sergeant's helmeted head just there. So we've got our chain bayonets as standard equipment, but on the upgrade frame we've got regular bayonets. So more than enough to choose between your squads. Speaking of the upgrade frame, here it is. We've pretty much covered everything on it. So we've got 10 bayonets, so it's 1 frame per 2 frames of the beakies. You've got your 10 bolt pistols. You've got a all-spec scanner, some grenades. They've really upped the size of the grenades. We got parts of the Power Fist, the optional Lightning Claw, actual Power Fist itself, which can be Power Fist or Lightning Claw. Your Vexilia, you've got a Vox, and I believe that's the Augury Scanner if you'd like to equip a guy with an Augury Scanner. Optional Power Sword, Plasma Pistol as well for the Sergeant. And we got 2 more heads, so we got a rather grizzled veteran looking head and 1 guy operating the Vox there. So plenty of options, and I can't wait to actually get some of these guys built. And we've got actual spare respirator masks that you can put on hip guards, etc. That's really cool. Moving on then, let's look at the Contempt of Dreadnought. So we'll start with the weapon frame. So we have four sets of twin weapons. So you've got your two heavy bolters in two halves, your multi-melter there, las cannons, and bolt cannons, I believe they're called. They used to be the twin auto cannons. And we've got parts here for the arms as well. Shoulder pads, shoulder guards there. Plenty of extra details. We've got the claws or stubbed fingers, whichever you prefer. Plasma blaster, melter, flamer, twin bolter for going inside the fist, and graviton, I believe, as well. Plus all the different bits that attach underneath the arm to help you show which one you are equipped with. Rather nice frame, loads of detail. And then the main torso body of the Contemptor. Try and zoom out a little bit more. Get it all in. So loads of detail. We've got the missile pod here. He's power plant, toes. You've got varying different halves for legs. The head is in two parts as well. A lot of it's going to be gluing two parts together to make a whole, but I really wouldn't mind. It's much better than working with the resin one, which would often fall to pieces as you try to assemble various different components, putting too much pressure in one place. But yeah, can't wait to get this guy built. And finally, let's go through the... Oh, not finally, we still have... I forgot about it, the Catapult Terminator. So we'll go through one frame of the Terminators, because they are both the same. And each frame will build 5 guys. And you have the choice of Chain Fists, Power Fists, Lightning Claws, a Power Sword for the Sergeant. You got Combi Bolters, which if you have resin upgrades, you can attach to these and replace them. You got a Grenade Harness. You've got heads, legs, torsos, 2-tiered shoulder pads as unique to the Cataphracti and Tartarus. But yeah, I loved building these kits in the old days, and I must say I never did build a squad of Lightning Claws, so I might actually break tradition and do that for a change. But one squad, I have got a set of Storm Shields awaiting to go on, for 5 of them, for my Imperial Fists. The other 5, I'll probably build 3 Lightning Claws, and I am planning on picking up a Assault Cannon set, so I might give them a nice big gun. But you do have the Heavy Flamer as a weapon option though on the kit, so that's really nice. You don't just have to stick to guns and fists or paired claws. You do have a heavy option if you want to. Right, moving on, we've got the vehicle upgrade frame. So we got loads of head options. That's really cool. You might be able to put some of these on your squad sergeants, etc. And we've got really nice components. So we've got the Mark II pilot there, which is really nice. First sign of a Mark II model. Hopefully we'll get a Mark II tactical squad at some point, for those of you who like the older pattern armour. For me, I can't wait for Mark III again. I love Mark III and Mark IV. And then we have our frames. So we got quite a few different hatches. So you got one for the Havoc launcher, I believe, 2 for the bolters, a basic empty one, and for the combi weapons there. And of course you got pintle mount as well, so you can have top hatch open, and you got your pintle mount just there for all your different pintle weapons. So I think a nice pintle heavy bolter for the Imperial Fists would be perfect. Excuse me. So we've got our weapon sprue for our Spartan next, or it actually says Land Raider. So from what people have, again, videos I've already been watching, these bits aren't used for the Spartan. I think they're used and saved for building a regular Land Raider. I'm not too sure. I'll have to wait and see, because yeah, we use these bits to build for the Spartan, and I think we use that bit, and then we stick on a separate piece on the outside to finish off the actual Land Raider. That might be on the inside, I'm not too sure. I have to wait and see for the actual Land Raider kit to come out. That'd be quite nice to get. But we got loads of detail for our sponson weaponry here, targeters, power cables, etc. I'll have to zoom up again. So this is the main top of the chassis and the sides. So we got, I'm guessing that's part of the floor for the ramp. So we got our forward-facing hull-mounted guns there. There's the front ramp. Side doors, outer hull plates, etc. Just really oozing detail. And it's nice that it's in plastic and not resin. More components here for the hull and parts of the tracks, as well as the engines. So we've got our weapons mounting here, our access hatches there, and not much on the other side, just all the inside shots. We got our tracks, the bottom of the actual tank frame itself, more parts for the engine. Yeah, that's just all our tracks for the outer tank. And finally, we have our front and rear drive sections. We've got some extra arms here, so you can probably give some different poses to your tank drivers if you wish. And if we flip over, we have some varying different icons to put on the actual doors itself. So we've got Eyes of Horus for if you want to go traitor. Then we got the Aquillas and lightning bolts, iron halos for if you want to go down a route of loyalists. So that will fit in place on your door or wherever you fancy to glue them. So there we have it. It's a real struggle to get everything in shot, but that is our foray into the Horus Heresy. Value for this box, the contents alone is well worth the price of admission. Box is 180 from your local retailer. I picked mine up from Curtain Games. Affiliate link in the description, and I think I paid just over 140. But for what you get inside, I think the box Tactical Marines are 20 and they're like £46 a box, I think. So you aren't going to be getting, you're not going to be missing too much really in terms of money. The Contempt of Dreadnought, the Forge World ones have been pretty expensive. I think they're like 30-40 quid for just the body, then you've got to buy the arms and weapons separate. But, whew, boy, I think the real selling point is definitely going to be the Spartan. 10 Catapult Terminators are a bonus, especially if you like Catapult armor, and I've been a big fan of Catapult armor for quite some time. Had quite a lot in my old Imperial Fist army, and I'm glad we got 10 in this starting box. I can definitely see myself getting more, because I won't mind bumping my Storm Shield squad up to 10 man. Another big 10 man gunline squad as well. But yeah, definitely a good value box if you can pick it up. It is going to be around for some time, I believe. There has been rumours that there'll be smaller starter boxes, but for the moment, this is your one and only entry point. You do get your rulebook and basic starter army list. If you want extra, you need to go get your Liber book, so either Liber Astartes or Liber Hereticus. That has your full legion list, plus all the different loyal and or traitor legions, depending which book you buy. I may eventually buy both books if I do plan to expand a Sons of Horus army. But I'll have to wait and see, because there is supposed to be a campaign book coming out soon, which will be adding new units to each legion, and there's going to be, each book will focus on 2 legions plus, I believe, one of the smaller factions. I think the first one's going to be Imperial Fist, Sons of Horus, and Imperial Army. But I think that will have to be enough, because that has been, wow, I've been filming for nearly an hour. And I'm still a bit overwhelmed by the contents of this box. It is an amazing contents box, and like I said, there are still plenty in the world. There will be plenty in the world for forever, as far as we know. Definitely use my affiliate link to get yours at Curtain Games, because saving close to 40 quid is a brilliant deal, and I believe the books I managed to pay, I think, just over 30, and they're 40 something. So it's, for me, the choice of either a book or a box of extra marines, and I think the book has been more important. But let me know what you think. This, of course, has been a Buy Me a Coffee exclusive, and I'll be posting up exclusively there for 1 week before posting this to YouTube. But I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give me a like and subscribe if you don't already do so. Also, please leave a comment on, well, give me a comment on your favourite legion, traitor or loyalist. I don't mind, I'm not biased. I do have pros and cons for all of them, so let me know yours in the comment down below. That's everything, so I will see you next time for more mad content. This has been the unboxing for Warhammer, the Horus Heresy, the Age of Darkness starter box. Thank you again for watching, and goodbye.